Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Julie Yip kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Julie hân hạnh hôm nay mời được Georgiana Kelman và Brandon Kelman nói về graduation. Thank you so much for being back on our show to talk about graduation. I know the first part of the show, we had an opportunity to talk to each of you about what graduation means to you. And this segment, I really want to focus more on, talking about Brandon's high school experience, Georgiana, and what it is that you did as a mom and even as an expert, special education advocate to make sure that he succeeds in this process.
My primary goal when he started his educational journey was ensuring that he would be included in the mainstream, that kids with disabilities get included and accepted. And that's the fight we all fight, right? That our kids be treated equally like other kids and have the same opportunities that other kids have in school. And he was fully included in a regular education setting his entire high school career until his graduation, which is what led to a lot of the meaningful experiences that he had, like becoming the manager of the basketball team. That community embraced him. And he was a part of this, incredible camaraderie, sportsmanship and teamsmanship. And he got to be a part of this incredible little network, and from that there's so many sort of ancillary skills that he gained and friendships, and primarily that was a result of the fight for inclusion that we are always pursuing, and that is what led to a very meaningful high school experience for him, and friendships that he developed, and friends that hopefully he'll stay in touch with after high school.
Perfect. I know you mentioned the word inclusion many times. Inclusion to us is not a matter about just, having him in the general classroom, but also building that friendship. Thưa quý vị, Brandon là một học sinh là trong cũng có cái khuyết tật mà cũng có rất nhiều hạnh phúc về thành công trong high school. Một phần là Georgiana nói đó là inclusion. Inclusion là làm sao mình cho mấy trẻ em cũng có cái kinh nghiệm về high school, về cái experience giống như bạn khác. Thì Brandon là cũng trong cái đội basketball team, thì Julie thấy đó là rất hay là mẹ có thời gian giúp cho Brandon được có có cái hội đây. Brandon, I'm so excited that so blessed that you have such a great mom, Brandon, and she's able to help facilitate some of your high school experience. So tell me a little bit about basketball. Were you part of a team, or what did you do in that experience in high school, Brandon?
I kind of part of the team watching the games.
He got to go to, sorry, my dog. He got to go to a lot of the basketball games and the practices, since he was an active participant in that team, which is how he also developed a number of friendships as well.
So Brandon, you were part of the team. What position did you play, Brandon?
Well, he didn't play in the team. He was one of the managers of the team.
Oh, you're the manager. Awesome.
Right. He was one of the coaches that would help along with everything along in the team.
Okay. So Brandon, did you enjoy being part of that team, Brandon?
Yeah, I enjoyed being the team. I enjoyed being part of the team for probably 2 years.
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Oh, so you were in that team for 2 years?
Yeah.
Do you have a best friend in that team that helped you along the way?
Sure.
You have a couple of friends.
Yeah, a couple, yeah.
He has a couple of friends. They were here at his graduation party.
Yeah, who came to the graduation.
Yep. They came to the graduation party.
Okay. Well, Brandon, like I said, the high school experience is so important. Not everybody has an opportunity even to join a basketball team. So kudos to you and congratulations for being part of the manager of the team and making so many friends in your high school experience. Is there certain things that Georgiana that you would do differently, or did you feel that everything went as planned for your family?
I think I'm very satisfied with the journey that we ended up traveling nobody chooses this journey, as you know. But once we are here, our goal as parents, our aim is to maximize our children's experience as meaningful as possible, and for them to be treated equally and have the same opportunities and the same access to not only sports, but also obviously primarily to education. And so I really do believe that we maximized everything he possibly could belong to and be a part of. I really am very happy. You know, it's difficult for our kiddos because they're a little shyer, and sometimes it's harder for them, you know, to initiate and engage. And so what I would like to see is the world to adapt a little more to them, right? And to be a little more, the initiative come more from others. We work so hard to build those skills in our kids, but I would love to see a little more reception on the other side, and a little more effort by more kids to really include kids that may be a little different than them meaningfully.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for you to make sure that you become such a role model for all of us. You know, my son is transitioning from junior high, going into high school, and I just want to say thank you, Georgiana, for being such a role model for me as a mom, you know, with a child that has special needs and that has autism. You know, so Brandon, I really appreciate you tremendously for just being on my show. I know you're a man of few words, but I know when you do speak, Brandon,
actually
it's
a man of many words. He's choosing to be a little quiet, but he actually has a
But
lot.
for today, he's not talking as much. But I hope to have an opportunity, you know, to really see you shine. You know,
yeah,
so
it's
I
a little
know
bit of a different forum for him, so it's taking him a little bit of a minute.
Yeah, I think, you know, for all of us, you know, when we have a new experience or even going on TV, it's not easy for anybody. You know,
Right.
but I think, Brandon, you're doing an awesome job. I know that you are here to not just to be able to, you know, celebrate your graduation, but again, to be a role model for my son, Eric, who hopefully will have the high school experience. And if it's okay with you, I would love him to be able to talk to you, and maybe for you to be a big brother to him. Do you think you would like to be a support, or to help other kids that's going through some of your journey?
Absolutely.
Brandon, you know, I know that, you know, being a mentor, meaning, you know, being a model for somebody is so important. I know going through high school, you may have had that experience with your teammates on the basketball team, right? So, Georgiana, what does it mean to you about having maybe peer support in addition to having, you know, a family support? Because, you know, we as parents cannot always be there for our kids. So what does it mean to you
Absolutely.
to have that team to be of support?
His high school experience truly pivoted when he was welcomed and embraced by this basketball team, and you know, he became a part of the practices. He'd go to the game, he'd get to go on the away games on the bus.
Yes.
And he felt like he was truly meaningfully a part of something. And to me, that was key. It's what I fought for always from day one for him and for kids like him, is for other kids to include them and to make them a part of these activities, and, you know, the parties, and, you know, just all of the regular typical things that kids enjoy in high school.
Yes.
And those experiences, and making sure that our kids that are a little different, they get included as well, despite differences, and have those differences be seen as a plus rather than a negative. So to me, that was everything. His initial high school experience was a good one. And then he, you know, the friends that he made, you know, left the school. And so it was a little bit hard for him his sophomore year to make some friends, and he asked to go to the high school next door, which was 3 times as big, which was very daunting for a parent. And he said, no, I want to go there. They have a basketball team. And he said, I want to become more involved. This was all his initiative.
Wow.
And we did that, and it happened. And what I would like to, like what I stated earlier, what I would love to see is that inclusivity be initiated more by, you know, other kids as well, and accepting our kiddos that are a little different, and being a little more inclusive. That's my hope.
Well, thank you,
That's
Georgiana.
always my hope.
for that message. And, I think that inclusivity, that invitation is so important. After the commercial break, we'll definitely have more opportunities to talk about how to facilitate that. Cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Georgiana, Kelman and Brandon Kelman. Một cái message mà Georgiana nhấn mạnh á, là một cái phần á, là inclusivity. Làm sao mình làm cho con mình nó invite bạn, chứ không phải mấy em mà có cái khuyết tật hoặc nó khác chút á, làm sao mà mình phải giúp nó, thì đó là rất là quan trọng. Lúc mà mình có cái câu hỏi, làm cái câu hỏi cho mấy bạn tiếp xúc trong cái đội basketball hay trong cái việc trong cái kinh nghiệm trong trường á, rất là quan trọng. Sau phần quảng cáo chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói thêm về graduation.